Namaste everyone, welcome to Thinking Bridge, and in today's session we have a very special guest with us, Charush. Charush is currently in college and he cracked interview for his articleship of one of the big fours. So in this conversation we are going to take insights from Charush's life, कैसे उनकी सीए जर्नी शुरू हुई, कैसे कॉलेज हुआ, and finally कैसे one of the big fours हुआ, and what does he plan to do ahead in his career. And on top of that, Charush is also one of our students. He has taken audit masterclass and GST masterclass from Thinking Bridge. So let's dive into this conversation. Welcome, Charush. I'm so excited to do this with you. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you. So as you rightly mentioned, I am in my final year of college, Sri Venkateshwara College, University of Delhi. I will be graduating in 2023 May, June, and recently I qualified my CA Intermediate both group examinations in my first attempt, and post that I started looking for articleships and recently cracked, as you rightly mentioned, one of the big fours. I am very much excited, looking forward to this interview, and I hope we can deliver value to anyone who is watching this.
Right, absolutely. That exactly is the goal, Charush, to help other students, other learners who are watching this, so that they can gain insights from your experience. So I think we should start from the beginning. CA कैसे choose किया? Why did you decide? I mean,
Sure.
you seem to be a very confident person. You know, you आपने college भी regular किया, तो ये CA का दिमाग में कहाँ से आया?
Honestly, it was post when I got into Venkateshwara College. So it is like one of the best colleges. So I thought I will not have to study anymore because I've cracked this. I'll get a placement easily. But my father's thought was something else. Like, he has worked in the industry for 25 years. So he said that you'll have to do something for your growth as well. You cannot only rely on just a BCom honors degree to make it. So it was his decision. Honestly, I was never interested in getting into CA. He said, dekh le type ki if you get clear foundation or not. And then I attempted CA foundation 6 months later. I skipped the December attempt because I could not register. In July 2021, I attempted CA foundation. I cleared it. And post that, I was very sure I will not get into intermediate again because I never wanted to do CA. But something like, again, discussion happened, what to do, what not to do. And hence the final decision was, okay, let's go for CA intermediate again. One of the motivation was, in that attempt of CA intermediate, 3 students from my college got AIR 1, AIR 2, and AIR 4. So that was a booster ki if they can do this, but I can also try attempting a CA intermediate examination. So that's how I got into CA intermediate. Side by side, I was also looking for internship. So I also got an internship. I got busy with that. So my initial attempt was in May 2022. But as colleges reopened, fest, societies, everything, my time was spent there. And like, my studies took a back seat and my syllabus was not completed. So I then decided what to do, then skipped my attempt, and then finally gave in November 2022,
November.
where I cleared both groups.
That's amazing. अच्छा, तो कॉलेज में प्लेसमेंट्स हुआ होगा, राइट? कॉलेज
Correct.
में भी
Yeah.
आई बिलीव लाइक यू आर ग्रेजुएटिंग इन जून 23,
Correct.
राइट? सो जून 23 में आप ग्रेजुएट कर रहे हो श्री वेंकटेश्वरा कॉलेज, दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी. कॉलेज में कितनी कंपनीज आई थी कैंपस प्लेसमेंट के लिए?
अराउंड 30 कंपनीज तो आ चुकी हैं. आई स्टार्ट फॉर 2 कंपनीज, क्योंकि वन बिफोर, लाइक जब खाली टाइम था ड्यूरिंग सी इंटरमीडिएट, एंड वन आफ्टर सी इंटरमीडिएट पेपर्स. In the first company, it was one of the MBBs, management consulting firm, top firm. I got into final 20 and then could not clear it. Then the company that I finally got into is Japan's one of the largest private think tank based in India, and unka I got selected.
Chalo, that is amazing. So abhi you're not planning to pursue those placements, right? So you're
Right.
going to take up articleship, right?
Right.
तो पहले ये डिसाइड करते हैं कि बिग फोर में जाने का जो है कहाँ से भूत चढ़ा कि यार लाइक लेट्स ट्राई गेटिंग इनटू बिग फोर्स, या फिर कॉलेज की वजह से आपको हेल्प मिला. सो हियर आई वांट यू टू टॉक अबाउट योर कॉलेज एक्सपीरियंस, हाउ it has helped you in gaining confidence and how it has made you any better than you were before college.
Sure. So I'll answer this in 2 parts. One is how college shaped me. So as soon as we entered college, we were very newbies. We didn't know anything at all. It was a COVID year also, so everything was online. So the best thing we heard as a students were to join societies. I particularly entered into multiple societies, 3 of them, which I one of them I led a team in my second year also. So gradually moved up. So college gave me confidence, exposed me to different opportunities. Like if you just surf on LinkedIn, you see people doing multiple stuff, being in
Hmm.
first year, second year, third year. So you just I just clicked on their profile, what are they doing, and then made a note ki, okay, they are doing this, we can also try this. Like
Hmm.
there are different conferences they are participating.
Hmm.
Then third one was upskilling. There are like let's say 200 people in your batch. One is doing financial modeling, one is learning Python, one is learning something else. So you also get to see, okay, they are doing, they'll get ahead. So you have to also do something so that you can at least add on your CV and you can talk
Hmm.
about something else. So these all opportunities that college gave me. And coming to Big Four, I honestly, from the very start, knew that if I want to do something, I want to get into something best,
Hmm.
where I could learn not only from CAs but also from other people. Like Big Fours have people from a variety of background, be it MBAs, college grads, or engineering folks working in different teams. So that was very clear to get into Big Four to work on listed or big clients mainly.
Big clients, yeah.
Right. So that was the only motivation to get into Big Four.
राइट एंड उसके बाद फिर अपस्किलिंग में जब आपने मेंशन करा कि मुझे अपस्किलिंग भी करना था, सो व्हाट ऑल डिड यू डू फॉर दैट एंड डू यू थिंक इट हैज हेल्प्ड यू इन क्रैकिंग इंटरव्यूज ऑफ द बिग फोर्स?
Correct. So as soon as this my ICA intermediate exams got over, I seven at 6 p.m. I came home on 17th of November. 8 p.m. I enrolled for both audit masterclass and GST masterclass. I wanted to learn. I wanted to have something which I could talk about in my interview, something different from others. So that was the only thing. And honestly, it was probably the best decision. One of the things that I practically did in audit masterclass was directly asked in the interview to explain, okay, you did this, so explain me how. So that was one thing. Then during the intermediate studies, I tried to learn Excel. I tried to get gauge of basic understanding of how the financial modeling stuff works. So on that
हम्म.
aspect, also my one of my interview question was based on explain this around financial modeling, etc.
That's pretty amazing. So अब इंटरव्यू एक्सपीरियंस के बारे में बात करते हैं. तो आपने you had the option to apply for articleship from your campus.
Correct.
Why didn't you do it?
So I got placed already. So that option was gone at the end.
Okay.
So I had to look for off-campus opportunities only.
Right. So just to give you the context, our sweet audience, अगर कैंपस में कॉलेज में कैंपस में आप बैठते हो और आपका सिलेक्शन हो जाता है तो फिर आप दोबारा और कंपनीज के लिए अप्लाई नहीं कर सकते हो. दैट्स व्हाई चारुश कुडंट अप्लाई फॉर आर्टिकलशिप. एम आई राइट?
Right.
Yeah. So that's why Charush went off for the off-campus placement. So Charush, what did you do to reach out to recruiters? Did you like message someone, or did you like find out references, or did you directly go to the career pages of the website or of the particular brands? What
Hmm.
exactly was your strategy? Could you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So I'll divide this into parts. One is a searching, and then is the messaging part. So for searching, I just went on to LinkedIn and typed the keyword article assistant or article trainee or article intern. When you
Mhm.
type these keywords, you get a lot of posts, especially after the results. So the same thing happened with me. I got multiple post results, and then I collected all their email IDs. And made a Excel sheet key, okay, for this email ID, for this domain, for this company, and then I drafted my template as to what should I message, and then a follow up template of after how much time I need to take a follow up from them. So I did these steps, and initially I mailed to around 50 people, uh, without seeing what is this, just mailing like everyone else was doing. And then my only different thing was I had to keep the subject line very catchy so that my at least mail gets open. So
Yeah.
that strategy I used. This strategy I only learned from some YouTube videos or how to cold email people.
Mm-hmm.
And then once your email gets, and also I installed this mail tracker where you can see at what time the person has opened your mail, so you can plan your follow up. So
Mm-hmm.
by doing all these steps, I could sense, okay, this person has opened, and I send a follow up, and then after a few days he sent me an interview invite. And
Hmm.
so that's how the whole process was planned out.
Okay. So did you apply in all of the big fours?
Yeah, I applied on all of the big fours, and I got interview invite from one of them. So in
Okay.
after my on the 14th day of the result, which is 23rd, 24th, I had the offer.
Right. So we won't mention the name of the Big Four since because कुछ हमें जो है privacy maintain करना है चारुष का, so that's why we're not naming. But yeah, so Charush, let's talk about that interview experience. Could
Hmm.
you talk about the interview experience right from the start? कि
Okay.
कितने दिन में रिस्पॉन्स आया, कैसे कैसे कौन कौन से राउंड्स हुए, क्या क्या क्वेश्चंस और पूछे गए, बिकॉज आई बिलीव दिस विल गिव द ऑडियंस अ डिटेल्ड आइडिया कि अच्छा इस तरीके से बिग फोर्स का इंटरव्यू प्रोसेस कैरी आउट किया जाता है.
Sure. So the Big Four process is basically standard. The first step is your resume screening. They see keywords, etc., or they use that ATS scanner, etc. thing. Then once your CV gets shortlisted, you get a call from HR, and then that's a brief discussion about okay, where do you stay, what are you currently doing, when you can join if you get selected, and when if you can travel or not, depending upon the profile. And or they mention okay, we have vacancy for this profile, etc. So once this is done, they say that okay, your interview will be scheduled, but you'll be available or not. So you plan according to that. Now coming to interview, so interview is divided into two parts: technical round one and then the second round. So coming to technical round one, so it basically in my case it basically started with generic HR questions, introduction, why this profile, why this company, when if you are open to travel or not, why are you joining now if you have your semester pending, you can come again later or something like this. The basic HR questions. Then coming to technical questions, I don't know why in my interview case every subject was touched. If
Okay.
there was a question from every subject, started from accountancy, then moved to GST, then
Maybe it's
moved,
because of the profile that you've applied for.
I think, well, yes,
Yeah. So
maybe.
just to give the audience a little context, uh, Charush applied for business risk consulting, right?
Correct.
Right. Business risk consulting. I think the domain is so vast. Maybe that's why they just wanted to ensure कि हाँ एक बार like overall knowledge. Just wanted to check basic knowledge. Obviously not expertise. Yeah. Please go ahead.
So then there were questions from auditing, then from financial management. As I had explicitly mentioned that, okay, I did this financial modeling course. So we had a discussion on that, what you did. So once all these subjects were covered, they gave a case study. Okay. The question was is very generic type to explain the procurement process of any company. I
Mm-hmm.
asked them, okay, give me a minute to think about it. So that was an in-depth question. And then once this was done, they asked, okay, now you have explained this. Tell me what are the risks as an auditor you see in this entire process. So then we had to think from another point of view. Okay, now from the client, now from the auditor. So
Mm-hmm.
that was the entire coverage of my interview. Some other questions that I remember are what are the top three risks when you go to a Domino store from the client's point of view? What are the risks in an Apple store from the client's point of view? So
Mm-hmm.
as the profile was based on risk consulting, business consulting, so they were more concentrated on the business aspect.
Yeah.
And once this was done, then we moved to the round two. So round two was basically with one senior person. I don't remember the designation of the person, but it was with someone senior. In round two, we had a very friendly discussion. Uh, why this profile, why this company again, and introduction. And the best part was the person was so active that he took my introduction last line and framed a question on that. Okay, you are saying you read this book. Explain me what are the five things you read in this book. I said, okay, I explained them. And he said, now tell me what are the books you read. I listed down and then he chose that one book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and he said, explain me five learnings from that book. So that was a very interesting interview. Like it was. Then he again asked some technical questions which were from round one only. Like explain this process and then the rest. So that was overall two rounds of interview that I gave.
Okay. And then when did you hear back from the HR? Like कितने
Uh,
दिन में? Like,
next
what
day,
was
next day
the next day itself? Okay.
after round two,
Right.
because
Okay.
round one was on Friday. Then there was Saturday, Sunday, so no updates. Monday and then Tuesday, I think I heard back from
Hmm.
them.
I personally like the way that you created a list of all the HRs, then your template that you have to send to them, and then you also install mail tracker just to track which HRs are reading your email. I love this strategy, right? And I think I'm going to use it for my coming sessions as well. But I specifically want you to talk about कि like follow up का game के बारे में थोड़ा सा बात
Hmm.
करो कि
Okay.
कैसे जो है कितने दिन में आप फॉलो अप करते थे मे बी दिस विल जस्ट बिकॉज आई बिलीव अ लॉट ऑफ students who reach out to me, they don't follow up much enough, right? So I also keep telling them, see, you have to follow up, you have to send them follow up emails, you have to maintain a very healthy yet a subtle connection with the HR. Not, you don't have to show desperation and all. So just talk a little bit about like how did you build the strategy and how did you go about it, so that people can expect better responses from wherever they're reaching out.
Sure. So I think my average time of follow-up was 4 to 5 days. I'm not very sure, but it was around this only. So my follow-up template was very simple based on that mail tracker only, कि when that person has opened the mail and 4 days from then. So my follow-up template was, hi, I have sent like up regarding the above opportunity, and my last line was, if you feel my candidature matches the requirement, I am available for an interview at your convenience. So if they think that it matches my requirement, they then send me the interview invite. So I
Mm.
gave them a CTA call to action that, okay, if this is this, then I am available. So I think
Mhm.
that worked for me, and it can be like applied to everywhere if you're searching for articleship or job or anything else.
Absolutely, absolutely. Charush, okay, I think let's wrap this up, and I want you to share your learnings, like major
Mhm.
learnings from this entire interview experience, and as an individual, who has attended college, what would you recommend? What would you suggest to people who are, let's just say, not attending college, but they still dream to get into articleship in Big Fours, right? So,
Right.
could you share your learnings and suggestions with them?
Sure. So first, I'll answer the part of how the entire process, specifically the Thinking Bridge platform helped me. So just one trivia, I and my friends went to an I am in those competition where we exactly pitched this Thinking Bridge platform idea to them in a B plan competition. That we want to build a skilling up platform. Our platform name was Skill Up, and we won the All India rank 4 for that. So the Thinking Bridge platform was very close to me, and it helped in my entire process. So coming to how one can upskill if they are not attending college, I think someone also mentioned in one of the previous interviews that you can join different clubs such as Toastmaster Club, etc. if you are not going to college, for improving your communication skills. So your communication is directly proportional to your confidence. Once you can communicate well, you will be highly confident among the crowd. So that aspect would be improved from there. From the skills point of view, I think if you can spend, you should definitely spend on upskilling, be it Thinking Bridge or any other platform for that matter. You will at least have an edge over others from your same peer group. Let's say if someone is cracked in both groups in first attempt, and you have cracked one group in different attempts. But when you are in an interview, you will be able to say, okay, I know I have made working papers, I have done audit procedures, I have tested this. I know I have done, I have seen invoices, I have seen direct bank confirmation. So that will be a very game changer for you. You can have a discussion more than the person who has cleared exams in the first attempt, both groups in the first attempt. So I think that would be a game changer for you. And rest, you can definitely read books. You can upskill from there also, from different things apart from CA. And obviously, you can network with different kind of people on LinkedIn, not who are not from CA course, because you'll then get a holistic experience to how the world works.
राइट, दैट्स अमेजिंग। बहुत ही अच्छी और एकदम प्रैक्टिकल एडवाइस आपने दिया है। सो इवन वी कीप सजेस्टिंग स्टूडेंट्स दैट यू मस्ट, मतलब अभी टाइम चेंज हो रहा है, देन यू मस्ट गो फॉर स्किलिंग अप, एंड सिर्फ नॉट जस्ट कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स बट टेक्निकल स्किल्स एज वेल, बिकॉज एक बार को अगर आप अपने आप को कॉन्फिडेंस camouflage कर भी लोगे, बट स्टिल यू शुड बी एबल टू have that technical knowledge that you will then obviously command respect from people. So thank you so much for this, Charush. I want you to like talk a little bit about audit masterclass, how it helped you in cracking your interview.
Sure. So in audit masterclass, basically started with very basic things. So the entire structure is divided into 30 minutes theory class, and then the 1 hour 30 minutes in the practical aspect. So in 1 hour, in the 30 minutes part, we get build up with the concepts, and in the next 1 hour 30 minutes, we do the entire thing practically. So the first two lectures are basic. Then there is the main concept of audit masterclass that I liked was the practical working of Excel. It was super amazing. We worked on the real life data sets. We got to know how to apply things, then the formulas. It was super amazing. And then how it helped me. So once I did that cash and bank area, the exact same thing was asked in my interview. 100 crore cash, 80 crore in bank, 5 crore in hand, 15 marketable securities. How would you verify existence? And I had done that. So I could answer them, I could walk through them easily, very easily, and they were very convinced for that. So I think it was my luck that I got cash and bank because I recently did that. But if I would have got any other area also, I would have probably done that because I have seen that practical. So A, you get practical exposure. B, you get to network with Archit sir, who has worked in Big Four, so you can make a connection with him also. And finally, you get to like know people who have already done that thing, and you can also talk to them. Like I talked to Bhavya after that interview, and we connected on WhatsApp. Okay, what you are doing, and etc. etc. So these are the advantages of doing this audit masterclass, and then knowledge will remain with you forever.
Right. So thank you so much, Charush. बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा लगा. I believe, whenever we hear genuine feedbacks like this, we really feel elated that चलो ठीक है, we are able to provide value and add value to students' journeys, to their lives and to their professional journey per se. So thank you so much for doing this with me, and I really loved having you here. We'll catch up in Delhi sometime for sure, and I wish you all the best for your future. एंड बहुत जल्दी जल्दी सीए बनना है फिर आगे, और हम जब आप सीए बन क्वालिफाई कर जाओगे तब दोबारा से पॉडकास्ट से बुलाएंगे आपको.
Thank you so much.
थैंक यू.